So one of the main reasons we started Kingdom Threads, growing up in the hardcore community, you get to see what this community is really about. Most of it's just about, pride, anger, just being an outcast, and seeing the scene for what it was. We realized that there needed to be a new presence in that scene, and that scene, I believe, is Jesus. Me and Sammy firmly stand on the belief that through Jesus there's redemption, and what we wanted to do with this clothing line is to be some sort of positive influence in this community.
Like Raul mentioned, Kingdom Threads is a nonprofit company. Him and I sat down about a year ago and we were discussing, the different needs and different things that we saw in our communities and our daily lives, of things that we wanted to change or just to make adjustments to. Like he mentioned, his was in the hardcore scene. He saw all the negatives that came from it and he wanted to make a change. I grew up not in that scene, but I saw from an outsider's perspective of how the people in that scene were rejected and lost and how they were treated, and the way bands and different people of influence in that scene were portraying different things to these kids, and the way he was able to overcome that was through Jesus. And myself, as starting a ministry, I looked at it more from a ministry perspective as how can we start a company or start something that can generate money and generate profit, generate revenue to help these people who are in need, not just the kids in the scene, but also people in ministry. One of my friends, Daisy, she got saved in my church, and God called her to be a full-time missionary in Mexico, in the community, and specifically at an orphanage out there. So Raul and I said, well, let's just start a clothing company. We'll get all the profits that we make from it and send it to the orphanage. We ended up doing that, and it actually took off even faster and even better than we expected. We're able to now fund our missionary, and she's able to survive in Mexico without having a job. When she was here in the United States, she was living in the LA County. She had a really good job. She had just gotten a house with her family, and God said, get up and move to Mexico. I have a mission for you. So in her obedience, we were able to now fund her and give to the orphanage out there. She comes back with all these crazy testimonies, all these good things that God has been doing, not only in her own life, but also in the kids and the people in the surrounding communities. So it makes us feel good that we're not just starting a company to get rich or to be famous or just to even have cool clothes. The heart and soul of Kingdom Threads is to give back. Just as Jesus came and he was able to help the poor, the widows, and the orphans, that's what we want to do as well.
So Kingdom Threads is a nonprofit organization. The money that comes in goes to an orphanage that we sponsor, goes to a missionary that we sponsor, and anything else that we actually bring in just goes back into circulation and printing more shirts and printing new designs. But there still is a lack of funding there, and that's where we hope that you guys can come in.